All right. So we're going to talk about Structure Manager now. So if you go to the admin page, which is the shield up in the top right corner next to your login, underneath the purple column of Manager, you'll see right above Automation Manager is Structure Manager. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So recently with this last release, anytime there are data changes, so what I mean by that, I mean database changes, we do have the power to lock the system now. Mainly for being anytime that there are GIS integrations being created or new structure being added or modified in any certain way, we want to make sure that only one person is in the system, and that's the person that's making those changes. The reason for being is we've gotten a lot of questions as why we're trying to lock people out is because let's say I'm in the system and I'm changing a bunch of structure in the database, and Nick's over there working on a bunch of stuff that has to do with the structure I'm changing or adding to, and I run a publish, which is actually the full-on transparency of your website and your database and everything coming together as one. You're going to get a lot of errors. Errors are going to happen. Now they aren't death-threatening, right? It's not a huge end-all be-all thing, but it happened quite frequently, and it's not good for the site and everything like that. So now anytime there are any type of database changes, modifies, additions, anything like that, we do require a lock in the system. So when we get to that step, if we actually do create some structure and stuff, I will have to lock it, which will kick you guys all out of the system actually. It'll throw you a message and just kick you straight out of the site so you guys can't work on anything anymore. But while we're not doing that, as far as we're just walking through and showing the lay of the land of Structure Manager and everything, feel free to follow along and how that goes. So this is how Structure Manager looks. At the very top, we'll kind of give a brief summary of what it looks like. The set system access, this is the whole locking you guys out, right? So full access means site works as normal. Everyone can get in, everyone can do anything, no problems. The next is notification. So notification is sent up for admins to say, hey, we might have a maintenance time from 1 to 2 today. Just a heads up, you're going to be locked out. Make sure you get your work done beforehand, right? So you can actually send a message to all of your users that, hey, during this time frame, the system's going to be down. Plan for it, right? So what actually happens is once you say save, once a user clicks on a different tab or anything like that, the message will pop up. Or after a minute, if they haven't moved anywhere, the message will just pop up where they're at. So the message will get to them. And then lastly, there's locked for maintenance, which will kick everybody out of the system if they are in it. So I can see that there are actually 8 users signed in. And if I use the drop down, I can actually see who's logged in and where. So it looks like everyone's logged in using the browser function. I can even get a copy of everyone's emails by using this button over here, so I can just paste in and go ahead and send an email telling them, hey, I'm about to kick you out, anything that you guys need to do there. But once I hit save, it will pop up another dialog box saying, hey, are you sure? I'll say yes, and then every one of your screens will just go back to the sign-in page, and you guys won't be able to log in until I set it to full access. There's a create option. Right now it's blocked out because we don't have the system locked down, so we can't create any new database structure without having the lock on. We will go ahead and do that here in a minute. The export, we have database structure and we have record set audit. So a lot of people don't know that this is here, but we do track every change that's done in the system. We do not track deletions, however, right? So you can't tell if someone deleted an asset. But if someone changed a field on there, you can go see who changed it, when they changed it, what they changed it to. You do have the power to actually do that if you have access to Structure Manager.
You could delete an asset.
Yep, if you have permissions to, you certainly can.
Okay.
Yep.
We do require it.
Yeah. You shouldn't delete the asset. That's
no, I guess I meant not necessarily you can delete the asset, but I was thinking the actual structure, once you.
Okay, so yeah, so this record set audit is the actual data itself. So this isn't you won't be able to delete the asset type of bridges, right? Yeah, so bridges is always going to be there, but you could delete bridge 142 out of the system, right? Yep. So inside the record set audit for type, you can go ahead and select it, and you can select whatever you're trying to look for. So this has child record sets in it as well. So if you're looking for tasks, assets, you can go ahead and choose whatever you want. And then it gives you a date range. Try to pick a good date range. If you pick a huge one, it might take a while to spit out a report that tracks every single change that was made there. But you can pick a date range of from, through, and it'll spit out any change that was done for that record set during that time frame. Look like. So if we just do the last week of changes for tasks. This is how it actually shows out. So you can see changed by, changed from, changed to, what day, what time it was changed, what it actually is. So like I said, there might be some manipulation and some manual effort to get everything back to the way you would want it to, because each thing's a new column. So modifying this is probably not your best bet. It might be more of like start a new Excel sheet and kind of track your changes that way. But this is what the audit would look like. Does have when it happened, and then this is the field that it actually changed. And obviously, anytime someone changes something, the last modified by is going to be changed, so that should always be in there. But then you can see that Childress here changed recommendation from this just to this. So, easy way to track some things through, but once again, doesn't track any deletions. The actions button is nulled out at the moment. That's how you can delete structure as far as fields and such. Once again, when I actually lock the system and kick you guys out, for those that are following on your screen, that'll become available and we can kind of see how that works.